right, here's our hyperextension. So Jared has his heels under the pad, seems self-explanatory, but I have seen an athlete put their feet on top and face plant and then proceed to scorpion on the ground. It's not what we want. So heels underneath the pad here. His hips are just off the edge of the front of this mat. So he's gonna go down as far as you can. I do want you to kind of look back here so to keep your cervical spine in more of a neutral position. So we should stay neutral in their cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. So he's down here. Our goal is to feel this in the glute, feel this in the hamstring. So I want this to light up the glute and the hamstring and not so much the lower back here. So he should be activating from the glutes, the hamstrings to elevate his upper back down, try to go as deep as he can. Now what I don't want, so go all the way down to where your back's like rounded. I don't want to see too much of a rounded posture. So back's gonna stay flat pretty much the whole time. He's gonna come all the way up. Another thing, don't come too far at the top and where we're having a lumbar like hyperextension at the top. The exercise is called hyperextension, but I do want you to come up to about neutral, up right there, stop, and then come back down. So I don't want you way up here in the back. Most of the hypermobile athletes can get way up there, so you're gonna have to really work to stay at that neutral position. So parallel to the ground, come up, pause, back down. Remember, we're going glute, hamstring here on a hyperextension. On the hyperextensions, what we like to coach up is feet are obviously underneath the pads. I want the toes to kind of pull up here. Instead of toes pushing here, we're gonna get a little bit more quad and some other muscles that we don't necessarily want to work. So I want you to wrap the toes or pull those toes up to you. As you come up into the hyperextension, you'll get a little bit more hamstring activation.